Hi, this is Rick Hall, and this is my DDL 851 Module 8 Legal Aspects of Teacher Evaluations. Before I go on, I'd like to apologize for the glare off my bald head. Please don't be distracted by it. First article was about the Every Student Succeeds Act. What it stated was this act took away the involvement of the federal government. It made sure that evaluations were not based solely on test scores, and also divided or allowed the states to redesign and submit evaluation systems for their districts. ESSA key provisions were it prohibited the Department of Education from telling states what to do. It required states to come up with goals, long-term, short-term, midterm goals. It required the states to base school performance on factors other than test scores. It required states to develop and design and develop an evaluation system based on student achievement, and also talks about developing a system to audit the evaluation and support system that they come up with in their states. One of the things also in the ESSA was the Title II provision, that it was a rights preserving provision, not a rights creating provision. Teacher evaluations in court. I read this article and I was really surprised by the wide range of issues that the court cases have addressed. Real quickly, while these are loading, one of them, it was judged, students, or the case was brought because teachers were being judged on students they weren't even teaching. Evaluations were being tied to tenure and pay scales, and teachers didn't like that. One of the cases was the teachers that were tenured before the new law came into effect. The lawsuit said they should have contractual rights. One, the state took, let me get my notes here, the state took control of evaluations away from the districts. Another one, there was a accounting in the evaluation system. There wasn't an accounting for students of poverty in the growth formula that was used. And also one lawsuit that some teachers were scored tougher than others because of the district or the discipline that they were teaching in. So honestly, I was really surprised about the different issues that have gone to court over teacher evaluations. The article, Teacher Evaluation and Issue Overview. Some of the questions it brought up was, why has teacher performance evaluation become such a central education issue? How do new teacher evaluation systems work? And it discussed the different ways that are being approached to do that. And one of the last questions it asked was, how have teachers' unions responded to the new evaluation systems? Of course, teachers' unions are always going to support the teachers and be critical of anything that does harm to a teacher. Some of the key terms in this article were collective bargaining, LIFO, which is last in, first out, and I experienced some of that being a new teacher, was in my third year, but there were other older teachers that were protected and I was let go. Observations, it described what observations and tenure and VAM was. Here at Elkhart USD 218, we use the Keep 2 system. I've said in other assignments in this class that I thought the system was a little bit cumbersome. I wasn't given very much training in it. I do understand the steps of it and the reasons for the parts of it. And being a new teacher, and I put those in air quotes because I've got about 20 years of teaching experience behind me in different areas. But because I'm new to the district, I had to have 2 evaluations based on that. I think I could have been a little bit better experience if my administrator, and I think my administrator kind of felt the same way, if he'd given me a little bit more instruction on why certain things were required, what to do, more examples of what were the artifacts and what was required. So I wasn't real impressed with the Keep system. My administrator gave me good feedback on my classroom, so in the long run I was comfortable with what happened. Here at USD 218, if a teacher has a grievance about one of their evaluations, the first step is a 5 fellow professional grievance committee that they can take it to, and If it's given the thumbs up, it's moved forward to the supervisor or the building principal to review. And if that gets the thumbs up, it goes to the superintendent review. And if it makes it all the way through the chain, the grievance process of an evaluation, if you disagree with an evaluation, it can take it to the school board. I think it's fair, especially since it starts out with 5 fellow teachers. They're going to be honest and fair with what your evaluation might be. So I have no problems with the grievance process here at USD 218. The lawsuit I looked at was about a Florida Senate Bill 736. There was a teacher named Mrs. Cook. She was Teacher of the Year, but because of the new system that was put in Florida, her lesson studies, she got lots of points. Principal appraisal was high, but her VAM data really brought down her score. So, I mean, this is a prime example of a person who was Teacher of the Year but got an unsatisfactory rating on a system. Now that's just ridiculous. Actually, the judge in the case threw the request out. He threw the complaint out. He said even though the system that was instituted was unfair and unjust and probably not very logical, he said it didn't fall under the terms of being unconstitutional. So bottom line is, and this is kind of the way I try to live my life, let's have some common sense. So it's obvious that this system was going to hurt teachers. And that's the end. I appreciate it. Thank you.